Welcome to Disrupt Consciousness, the podcast where we delve into the transformative power of exponential technologies and how they are reshaping our world. I'm your host, Roel, and today we explore embracing disruption, how Tony Seba's vision is shaping a prosperous and enlightened future. Let's dive in. We are standing on the edge of monumental technological disruptions that are already reshaping entire industries and our everyday lives. As we face this wave of change, there are three distinct ways in which people react to these disruptions, and understanding these phases helps us see the bigger picture. My perspective aligns closely with the ideas of visionary Tony Seba, but I want to take it a step further. These disruptions are not just technological shifts, they are ushering in a new era of prosperity, freedom, and even enlightenment for humanity. In this podcast, we will explore the three phases of dealing with disruption, why these changes are ultimately making the world a better place, and what the future holds when these shifts reach their full potential. The three phases of disruption. The ignorance phase: fear, resistance, and linear thinking. The first phase is where many people find themselves today. They are either unaware of the disruptions that are already unfolding, or they misunderstand them by thinking in linear terms. This is a key point made by Tony Seba. Most of us have a natural tendency to view change as slow and gradual, which blinds us to the exponential nature of technological disruption. In this phase, there's often fear or resistance. People see autonomous vehicles, renewable energy, and artificial intelligence as distant technologies that won't significantly affect their lives anytime soon. They assume that things will change at the same slow pace they always have. Others, sensing the coming disruption, might react with anger or discomfort. They feel threatened by the idea that entire industries like fossil fuels or traditional car manufacturing might disappear within the next decade. This resistance stems from fear of the unknown and the comfort of the status quo. However, as Tony Seba and many other visionaries have pointed out, this perspective is flawed. Disruption doesn't happen gradually, it happens exponentially. It follows a curve that starts slow, but once it reaches a tipping point, the entire landscape changes rapidly. Those who cling to linear thinking are often left behind in the wake of this transformation. The embracing phase. Innovators and entrepreneurs lead the charge. The second phase is where the real magic happens. This is the phase of innovators, entrepreneurs, and forward thinkers who embrace these disruptions head-on. These are the people who recognize the immense potential of exponential technologies like solar energy, electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, and new forms of food production. They understand that we are not facing a threat, but a massive opportunity to improve the world. By embracing these changes, innovators are already building the foundations for a cleaner, more efficient, and more connected world. Entrepreneurs are creating businesses that harness these technologies, making them more accessible to the masses. We see companies like Tesla, which are pushing the boundaries of what electric cars and sustainable energy can do. Others are pioneering breakthroughs in food technology, such as lab-grown meat and precision fermentation, which will revolutionize how we feed the planet without harming the environment. The positive outlook of this phase is clear. These disruptions are making the world better. We're talking about cleaner air, more affordable energy, and more efficient transportation systems. Not only will this lead to a healthier planet, but it will also open up new economic opportunities and create millions of new jobs in industries we can't even fully envision yet. This is why embracing disruption is crucial. It drives progress, fuels innovation, and accelerates the transition to a better world. The transformation phase. A better, more enlightened world. The third and final phase is what happens when these disruptions are in full swing and have reshaped the world. This is where my vision comes into play. What will the world look like when these technological transformations are complete? I believe these disruptions will create a world of greater prosperity, freedom, and access to knowledge conditions that will enable humanity to reach new heights of consciousness and even enlightenment. Imagine a world where renewable energy is so abundant and cheap that access to electricity is universal. This will empower even the most remote communities to participate in the global economy and access education and information. Autonomous vehicles will not only make transportation more efficient, but will also free up time for people to engage in more meaningful activities. With artificial intelligence and other technologies handling mundane tasks, we will have more time to focus on our personal growth, creativity, and intellectual pursuits. This is what Elon Musk means when he talks about preserving consciousness. These disruptions are not just about making the world more efficient or solving environmental problems. They are about creating the conditions for more people to explore and develop their consciousness. As technology continues to remove barriers to knowledge and understanding, more people will have the freedom to pursue higher levels of awareness and self-development. In this transformed world, access to information and education will be more equitable, enabling millions to unlock their full potential. With the right conditions in place, we could even see a mass shift toward enlightenment, as more people will have the resources, time, and freedom to explore what it means to be human on a deeper level. The power of exponential thinking. At the core of Tony Seba's work and my own perspective is the concept of exponential thinking. As I mentioned earlier, many people get stuck in linear thinking, which blinds them to the rapid nature of technological change. Exponential technologies don't just improve gradually, they follow a curve where progress accelerates rapidly once a tipping point is reached. Take clean energy as an example. Solar power costs have been plummeting, and soon they will be cheaper than fossil fuels in most parts of the world. As electric vehicles become more affordable and widely adopted, they will disrupt the traditional car industry in ways that were unimaginable just a few years ago. This exponential change is already happening. The challenge for us is to recognize it and adjust our mindset. By understanding and embracing exponential thinking, we can position ourselves to not just survive these changes, but to thrive in a world that is rapidly transforming for the better. How to thrive in a disrupted world. As we move through these phases, it's important to ask, how can we prepare ourselves to thrive in this disrupted world? Here are a few key ways. Educate yourself. Staying informed about the latest advancements in clean energy, autonomous vehicles, and other exponential technologies is critical. The more you understand about these changes, the better equipped you will be to navigate them. Embrace change. Instead of resisting these disruptions, embrace them. Whether it's adopting electric vehicles or supporting renewable energy policies, the sooner we adapt, the more we will benefit from the positive impacts of these changes. Innovate and lead. For those who are forward-thinking, this is a golden opportunity to lead the charge. Entrepreneurs and innovators have the chance to shape the future by building businesses and solutions that leverage these disruptions. Focus on long-term prosperity. As the world transforms, remember that the goal is not just short-term gains. We are building a foundation for a more sustainable, prosperous, and enlightened world for future generations. The future is bright, a world of prosperity and enlightenment. In conclusion, we are in the midst of one of the greatest periods of technological disruption in human history. While many may be unaware or fearful of these changes, the reality is that they are creating a world with more opportunities, more freedom, and more access to knowledge than ever before. Tony Seba's predictions about the clean energy revolution, autonomous vehicles, and exponential technologies provide a roadmap for how we can navigate this future. But I believe the real impact of these disruptions goes beyond technology. They are creating the conditions for humanity to unlock its full potential, to preserve and expand our consciousness, and to move toward a more enlightened existence. The future is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. By understanding these three phases of disruption, we can better prepare ourselves for the transformative years ahead. The world that awaits us is one of prosperity, freedom, and limitless possibilities for personal and collective growth.